This isn't going to be your usual type of video from me today. This is going to be a video pretty much explaining a lot of things that a lot of people also have had issues with, and that is the people who are in charge of MotoGP, Dorna, and their quite frankly ridiculous policy around social media and content creation. And I'm trying to keep a lot of my emotions in check because I am absolutely freaking pissed off by this, and I'm also quite frankly furious and disgusted by the lack of transparency from the people who are in charge of this sport. So to explain this whole situation really is, ever since I started making videos on this channel, obviously I have helped grow a lot of new fans to this sport, and also the people who run MotoGP, Dorna, obviously don't really like the fact that I've used most of their content to educate the sport to people. And on my YouTube channel I've had 2 strikes. Fair enough. I single-handedly would say, yep, I take responsibility. I made the mistake not understanding what their policy was. Fair enough. And I didn't really make a massive song and dance about it until today, until now, because back then when I got the 2 strikes, I own responsibility for it because I didn't understand what their policy was. Now, my Instagram, or most something in my Instagram, is more a motorcycle racing community Instagram, because I actually have a team that sort of do all the Instagram stuff. I'm not really in charge of it, that's my team do. I single-handedly today have just got a restriction ban notice saying that my Instagram is now, well, restricted, really. Because for whatever reason, Dorna social media team, or whoever is in charge of their team, in terms of social media manager, whoever, has single-handedly obviously think that I have used copyright infringement content from them, and yeah, you could say the rest is pretty much history. Which, by the way, is completely and utterly wrong, because I have not used any clips from them since I last got the 2 strikes, all the way back, it feels like the start of the year. And obviously the piece of content that they have restricted is on Instagram, but how could it be when the video that I uploaded is still up on the channel, is not restricted, it's still on the channel. So enlighten to me, Dorna, how you can give me an actual restriction notice on my Instagram for using for a video that literally is not against your terms of service. Because not only is it on YouTube, but I haven't used one bit of content in that video. All the clips in that video are all either from me or from fans, which I've spoke to, and they're fine with it. How can you single-handedly give me an Instagram restriction on an Instagram reel, on an Instagram post, when it's not your content? I haven't used any content from yous since I got the 2 strikes from YouTube. So enlighten me, this is Dorna. So it tells me yous are massively single-handedly got your policy completely wrong, and you're going around striking Instagram accounts, going around striking YouTube accounts willy-nilly because you see an actual image that's from your sport and you think it's yours. Well, it's not. It's just not. And that's not how content creation works either. I've been doing content creation, I've been a YouTuber, I've been a content creator for 15 years. This isn't my first rodeo. This isn't something I've been doing this year. I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it since 2010. I've had so many channels. Some no longer exist anymore because back then there was no such thing as copyright infringement, things like that. and you can just post whatever. Obviously, they no longer exist, but I have my own YouTube channel where I used to make football content. I used to do all the types of content. I used to take clips and post it on there, and I've never once had a strike. Even FIFA, I've used clips from FIFA, and they haven't given me a strike. They haven't given me a strike. But yet, ever since I've started making MotoGP content, yous have been single-handedly trying to just go around with this blackout policy where content creators and many other people in this industry who make content on this sport just get strike, just everything. It's ridiculous, to say the least. How can this sport grow when you won't let the door open to bring people into it? I find remarkable, really. And I'm just so frustrated. Trust me, I'm trying to hold back a lot here in terms, because there's a lot of things I want to say, but I know I will probably get cancelled if I say what I really feel. But so I'm trying to be restricted as I possibly can, which, to be honest, you're doing to me more than ever, really, restricting me and my content. But what I'm trying to say is, I single-handedly have not done anything wrong. All my content was original, it's all organic, it's all under fair use. Fair use for YouTube, fair use for Instagram, fair use for every single social media out there. So to sit there and say that I'm in the wrong and I'm single-handedly the bad guy, I'm the black sheep, is ridiculous. It's quite frankly remarkable. So what I'm trying to explain here, Dorna, and what I'm trying to say is the people who's in charge of your social media team, understand this. Your policy is outdated. Simple as that. You have an outdated policy around clips, content, everything like that. People should be able to use clips from yins, should be able to use whatever they want to use. People do it all the time with my videos. I get people clip up my videos that I make on this channel and they post it on TikTok and whatever. I'm not on TikTok. It's not really for me, it's not really a platform I'm really interested in. But they clip it up and I don't go around striking them. Do you know why? Because not only is it free marketing and not only is it free publicity for me to get myself out there, and also it's to help the sport grow. So like I said, you don't understand how content creation works. And I understand maybe you don't have a massive, huge social media team. Maybe you don't even have people who understand YouTube. You don't understand content creation. Maybe that's the one thing you need to do, really, is bring in people who actually understand what I'm trying to say, sort of thing. We're in 2025, we're not in 2005, we're not in 2015, we're in 2025. Social media is how this sport will grow. I'm seeing it, but you don't let me do it, sort of thing. And I have a lot of mates in the industry who have had the same issues as well, and they're absolutely not happy either. Many other people who do like fan accounts have had their Instagram completely gone because you have an absolutely outdated blackout policy around it. It is absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. And personally honest, I think it needs major changes. I think that's the one thing. That's the only thing I ask. The only thing I ask from Dorna and even Liberty Media, change this policy. Because this sport, you can literally open like that. This sport will grow rapid fast if you just single-handedly work with us. Because we're not the enemy. I'm not the enemy. I haven't done anything wrong since I've started this channel. I've literally done more to bring in a new audience since I've started this channel than you have. It's as simple as that. Because not only have new fans come want to learn about this sport, but also they're off making their own social media videos and content on their own personal social media accounts. I just need to say this really because I've been wanting to say this for a long time. I've been wanting to get all this off my chest because I am I'm just sort of so sad about the whole thing, really, because I know how much this sport can grow. I've done so much to single-handedly try and get new people into this sport, and it's massively single-handedly helped. But End of the day, Dorna, we're not the enemy. Us content creators are not the enemy. We want the same thing yous want. At the end of the day, it's, you know, it's a bit of a, you should help us to, we help yins, do yins help us sort of thing. And the fact is, I just find it ridiculous the fact that yins have this, quite frankly, ridiculous policy when other sports don't have it. Like I said, I used to make football content before I did this sport. I never once had any issues whatsoever. And for some reason, yins are just completely a bit outdated, really, when it comes to things like this. That's all I need to say, really. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if Dorna will single-handedly make the changes or whatever, or Liberty Media will do. I hope they do, because for the benefit of the sport, it needs to happen, because if you're just going to shut the door on this sport and shut the door on people like myself to try and educate this sport and get this sport out there to an audience that want to know about it on social media, want to know about it on YouTube, but they can't, then you're just going to just leave the sport continuously be like a tree that's dying. If you're not going to help it grow, it's just not going to grow. That's all I've got to say on this. I'll be intrigued to see if I've had to make a follow-up video, maybe to say if they've made the change, if they have got my Instagram back, or if they have single-handedly changed the policy or things like that. I hope they do, but it's down to you, Dorna. The ball's in your court, sort of thing. We just have to wait and see what happens. That's all I've got to say. I'll see you later.